The first message we have is, I wish you didn't know this. This energy feels deeply emotional, stemming from a masculine energy that has often assumed a position of control, especially when it comes to their emotions in your connection. They have worked hard to maintain this control, and it shows in their actions, speech, and even nonverbal communication. While they may think they're being discreet, divine feminine, it likely comes across as very obvious to you. It's as if they can't hide their feelings, even if they tried. This masculine energy appears to be someone who is emotionally guarded or prides themselves on having a stoic approach to life. From early on in your connection, they seem to have made an assessment about you, divine feminine. Something about your energy led them to believe that maintaining emotional control was the best way to navigate this relationship. Whether this assessment was accurate or not, it significantly influenced how they interact with you. They feel that keeping their emotions in check creates a sense of safety for them within the connection. What's being highlighted now is that you know something about them, something personal. This knowledge is making them feel vulnerable, and they're wishing you didn't know it. It could be something they shared with you in a moment of intimacy, either verbally or physically. Alternatively, if your energetic bond is strong, you may have intuitively picked up on this information without them explicitly sharing it. Regardless of how you learned it, they're deeply concerned about what you will do with this knowledge. This information seems to be something significant about themselves, and it's causing them to second guess whether they should have shared it with you. The timing feels critical. They believe that you knowing this at this particular stage of your connection could drastically alter the dynamic. They feel as though it has shifted a sense of power within the relationship. They are uneasy, uncertain of how you might move forward with this knowledge, and this is weighing heavily on their mind. If you're wondering how your person is feeling, this gives insight into their current mental process. They are feeling a bit scattered, maybe even emotional. There's an underlying unpredictability to their energy as they replay certain conversations or moments in their mind, questioning whether they made the right choice in revealing this part of themselves. They are particularly worried about how you view them now that you have this deeper insight into their vulnerability. Their unease stems from a fear of judgment or a shift in the way you perceive them. They are trying to come to terms with the fact that you have access to a part of them they've worked hard to guard. Whether you realize it or not, divine feminine, this knowledge has left them in their head about you, replaying specific situations or words, and feeling a heightened sense of vulnerability. This is a significant moment in your connection, one where their internal struggle reveals how much your opinion of them matters. They may be grappling with this discomfort, but it's also a sign of how deeply they value the bond you share. The next message we have is, you wouldn't understand. Divine feminine, you may not realize it, but your masculine is currently going through something very personal, and it's having a significant impact on them. As this personal matter weighs on them, it's indirectly spilling over into your connection. Depending on how energetically bonded you are, you may already sense that something is concerning them. You might even experience physical sensations connected to their energy, perhaps a gut feeling, butterflies in your stomach, or even an upset stomach. These sensations often occur in moments that make you think of them, reinforcing the connection. However, this issue is deeply private to them, and they may feel uncomfortable sharing it. As a result, they might be responding to you in a hot and cold manner, leaving you feeling uneasy or unsure of their intentions. I'm sensing a divine feminine who has shown remarkable patience in this connection. However, you may now be at a point where you feel you need more clarity, more reciprocity, and more emotional depth. Your person's actions, or lack thereof, might be pushing you into a space where you feel compelled to assert yourself in ways you feel you shouldn't have to. For instance, you might find yourself initiating communication or making other gestures to keep the connection alive, which can feel like overcompensating. This imbalance has likely been troubling for you. What's being highlighted here is that your person also recognizes this imbalance. They want you to know that their behavior isn't intentional. There's so much they want to express to you, but they may be suppressing their emotions, leading to a sense of constraint in the connection. In the recent past, there was an isolated situation where a new, unexpected side of your person emerged. This version of them was radically different from what you're used to seeing. This emotional exposure has left them feeling vulnerable, and they may think that you wouldn't understand what they're going through. Ironically, they also feel that you were the catalyst for this change. They don't fully understand how you were able to access this deeper part of them, but it's making them feel emotionally exposed and unsure of how to proceed. This situation seems tied to their true feelings for you, which may run far deeper than what they've been willing or able to show. This masculine energy has been highly intentional about maintaining emotional control, yet they weren't prepared for how much your presence would affect them. The sudden exposure of their emotions might not have been planned. They may have intended to share this part of themselves later, on their terms. However, the vulnerability has surfaced organically, leaving them feeling a wide range of emotions. If they seem guarded or overly expressive, it could be because they're trying to gauge your reaction. They're curious about how you view them now, and how you're processing this emotional shift. For someone who has been emotionally closed off, this is an entirely new and unsettling experience. They are navigating emotions they themselves are unfamiliar with, and this is creating a hot and cold dynamic in their behavior as they adjust to this new reality. Ultimately, your person is deeply affected by how much you've impacted them. This emotional side of themselves is new, even to them, and they're trying to make sense of it while also figuring out how it's being received by you. It's a deeply emotional and transformative time for your connection. The last message we have is, "You should have warned me." If you're resonating with this message, Divine Feminine, your masculine is feeling deeply confused and overwhelmed by your energy. So much so, they wish you had come with a warning sign. There's something about your energy that is incredibly delicate yet powerful, carrying an undertone of intimacy in everything you do. This quality causes your energy to linger, leaving a lasting impression that feels almost magical, and what's remarkable is that it comes so naturally to you. You're at a point in your life where you're beginning to awaken to this part of yourself, but what's fascinating is that your masculine is awakening to it as well. They're feeling the effects of your energy in ways they've never experienced before. There are aspects of your connection that are so unique that you may only feel this way with your masculine, and the same is true for them. This exclusivity stems from the fact that they are the only person who has this level of energetic access to you. Your connection is a constant balancing act, and when you're not in sync, it can be intensely triggering, especially for them. They resist leaning into the overwhelming emotions they feel, but your energy is forcing them to confront emotions that have been lying dormant for a very long time. This vulnerability, while transformative, makes them wish, at times, that you didn't have this kind of access to them. These feelings stem from the fact that you've touched the most private and sacred parts of their being. They want you to know that you don't fully understand your power, Divine Feminine. Simply being in your presence or experiencing your energy has opened them up in ways they never planned for. This is a masculine who believed they could control how much they revealed to you, but your nurturing, understanding, and delicate energy has bypassed every wall they've tried to maintain. At some point, they may have even taken the lead in the connection, and perhaps you allowed this, stepping back to let them feel in control. However, they didn't anticipate how your energy would quietly peel back their layers, removing the barriers that kept them from fully experiencing the depth of your connection. This has brought up a range of intense emotions within them, emotions they weren't prepared for. What's unique about your connection is that even the moments of tension or triggers seem divinely orchestrated to help you heal one another. There may be times when you feel strong physical reactions to your masculine's energy, compelling you to act or express something deeply. If you've hesitated or second-guessed these impulses, you might wonder if you're going against your inner awareness. These moments are significant. They often carry messages your soul is calling you to share with your masculine. Both of you are healing underlying fears, but the process looks different for each of you. Your masculine likely entered this connection with a blocked heart chakra, avoiding full emotional engagement. They may have justified this by convincing themselves that you wouldn't understand their emotions or their reasons for handling them in such a guarded way. There's also a sense of shame. They feel they should be further along in their emotional journey. Despite all this, your impact on them has been undeniable. They've tried to keep up walls, but every single one has fallen completely in your presence. When they reflect on this, they find themselves shaking their heads, wishing they had been prepared for someone like you. In their mind, they think, "You should have warned me." They weren't ready for how profoundly you would affect them, emotionally, mentally, and on every possible level. If you don't forget, then write in the comments about how your day went. I will definitely read it. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget, like and subscribe channel.